So, sometimes people talk about what's a great sequel, and most people will refer to The Two Towers, Terminator 2, The Dark Knight Rises, and for me, I will include John Wick 2, John Wick Chapter 2, taking roughly taking place roughly after events of the first movie, about I don't know, a week or so or something like that. It was decided, hey, it's like hey, this guy comes and he's like, you have to honor my wish of wanting to assassinate my sister. And I want you to do it with this little marker placard right here. I want you to make that happen. And if you don't, you know what will happen. It's like, no, I can't. And then lo and behold, just when you thought that things couldn't get worse, his house gets engulfed in flames, and it's just more from there. When you want to talk about stylized action done in the correct way, that is indeed either full of symbolism or takes place more towards Italy, where not everyone is acting, where not everyone's saying, "Hey, get out of my way." I had to make a little joke about that. This movie is just pure balls to the wall adrenaline, but stylized in such a contemporary metropolitan way. It's like going to a metropolitan bar in upstate New York and ordering a cosmopolitan. That's the way how I would describe it. Well, the first one was more of a personal journey, because what they did to his family, Bill, his dog. This one is more continent, I guess, yeah, cosmopolitan in the best way possible. And oh boy, some of those action scenes are something else. I mean, I know the first one had some good scenes that happen in like the little dance area, but this one just increases it. It increases it so much so. This one increases it. It's like, yes, there are definitely two main action set pieces, of course. We're all here to see the catacombs and then the rooftop struggle. So it's the catacombs. It's just all the guns that are just being shot with anywhere between I would say, what was that? Roughly 5 to 30 seconds, just with no jump cuts or anything. That is always nice to see. I love that. I love that so much. I also like the duel that was going on between one of the members there, whose name eludes me at this point, played by rapper Common, or hip-hop artist Common, and of course Keanu Reeves, and it was just done oh so well. That's what they get to, with the roof, and going down and tumbling, and everything else. It's just so great. And of course, when those two just get into the train, I'm just looking at them like, yes, finally we're getting some close hand to hand combat. I like this. I like seeing it. I just think that with this hand to hand combat, we're getting some nice scenes. Like, it's with the knives. It's like, yes, we have the firearms. Yes, we have that. We have the knives. And of course, we get what was promised in the original, where they said that he managed to pretty much just murder like 3 different people with a pencil and a bar. He does that here. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for displaying that. Show. Don't tell. Yes, he is the boogeyman. But show that he's the boogeyman. Don't just say it. The first one did a great job exhibiting that. This one supersedes that, and really, it gets explosive. So yeah, obviously, I love the action scenes. And the music itself was directed by DJ Castle Space Vania. It's meant to represent. This is more of the underbelly of what's going on, because of when there is what's that breakfast called? Continental. There's like, hey, it's showing that there's a Continental in every major city in the world. So I wonder if there's one in like Portland, Oregon, or Wichita, Kansas, or Juneau, Alaska, somewhere in Maine. Someone's got to ask it. So you know. But anyway, yes, I liked it because when these assassins are living here, they live by a strict code of honor. No assassinating anyone on the grounds, and I forget what the other one was, but if you do, you'll be excommunicado, which leads to the finale. So it's just like it's like there's some subtleties, like you have to pay the coin, you can't do anything stupid. They expand the mythology here very well. Like more people, and it's just like, hey, we get to see what's known as the High Table. I'm like, okay, what's this High Table that they're referring to? Turns out it's like the mafia, some gangsters, stuff like that that want to take over the city. So that's why ultimately, that's why we have John Wick here in the second one, trying to just go around and just take care of all the people who have a hit on him. And of course, the one person who visits his house wants his sister assassinated so he can proclaim his spot literally at the table. All right, and it's kind of like all the dealings on that would go on with the mobsters and gangsters and stuff like that. So I guess it's the more, like I said, more of a cosmopolitan take on it, if you want to go that far. I don't know. That's just how I view it. And I'm like, yeah, I like this. All the scenes are great, but there's also just all the imagery. There's all the colors that are just splashed on screen to create this just this, I guess, saturated masterpiece. Especially when there are some statues. Well, I noticed there were all these Roman gods on there, and there was like Zeus in the beginning, and of course, there's our hero, and there's the antagonist who's sitting right up there, right in front of Zeus, and you've got Athena, you've got Poseidon, you've got all of them, and they all just, it's like, hey, these are all the people who are a part of this table. So maybe you'll be seeing in eventually when I do get to chapter 3, Parabellum. Like maybe they'll explain, because it's like there's a lot of iconography, there was a lot of statues, there was even the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art, and it's like this movie is great. Of course, there's the what was that? There was like the mirrors that was going on. There was the mirrors of the reflection of the soul, which is said, hey, look at it from a new look at this from a perspective, and it's like look at like the colorings and stuff like that, and how you perceive time or space or something like that. And of course, this is a nod to the Enter the Dragon movie, Within Time. So that was an intensive scene, and of course at the ending, when there was like a citywide contract, and which gets expanded into international. So I can only imagine how that's going to go in number 3. Holy smokes! Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne got in, so it was kind of like a recreation, a retelling. You know what I mean? A reference to the Matrix, I guess. Yeah. So, Keanu Reeves did 95% of his own stunts except for when he got hit by a car and something on the roof. And he apparently, took 3 to 6 months of training of like firearms or judo or something like that. And by the time he got finished completing it, he surpassed most of the other professionals and could have trained them. And I'm like, this is what I want to see. This is what I like to see. Yes, more of this. I love reading the trivia about it and just like, hey, this is a great movie. And and I guess one last piece of trivia is that there was the director's wife, Heidi Moneymaker, who is the stunt double for who is that? Ruby Rose, who plays Ares in this movie. And she also played a violinist, so she had a little bit of a role. Yeah. So, was there anything bad about this? No, not that I could think of. It's so freaking okay. I guess there's this guy in the beginning saying, "Hey, you killed." Hey, so the boogeyman killed my uncle and nephew. He was there for 10 minutes and then he's gone. Is he going to be in the third one? I don't know. He looks intimidating, but he wasn't there. Like, what happened to him? That's the only thing I can think of. So I don't know. So yeah, everything about this movie, freaking fantastic. Set pieces are great. Action is truly, truly insane. It's saturated with color. It's very cosmopolitan, and it's just pretty much a great way how to just expand the universe and everything else. And who knows what's going to happen with those in the high table? That's something I'm looking forward to. But I can definitely say I enjoyed John Wick Chapter 2.